campus, and I'm going to let these young ladies introduce themselves at this time, starting with Coach.
Hey, I'm Coach Annie Page.
Hi, I'm Gabby, and I'm a senior.
Hey, I'm Megan Clay. I'm a senior.
Hey, I'm Ansley Wilbur, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Jansen Gregg, and I'm a freshman.
All right, Coach, I'm going to start with you here. Rewind the clock, take us back to last year. You know, I hate starting interviews out like this, but it was part of our lives, and it still remains part of our lives with COVID protocols and things that made your job extremely difficult last year, I'm sure. Let's rewind the clock. How much different does this year look as opposed to last year when you had taken over?
Well, I feel like last year, you know, first of all, we lost half our summer because of COVID. You know, they shut us down for so long, and we really didn't even know if we were having a season. Going into this year, we knew we were going to have a season. We knew that we could get in the gym. We got in the gym early, we got in the gym in April. And so being able to get in there and get our agility, get our workouts started totally changed what we're doing in practice now. We're not getting in shape now. We're already in shape. We're not, you know, we're still obviously working on skills daily. But I feel like we are miles ahead of where we were last August due to COVID.
No doubt. And you actually got shut down for a while, correct?
Yes. So we got, last year, as soon as school shut down in March, our tryouts were actually scheduled the week following spring break. We got sent home the week before spring break. And so tryouts ended up, I believe, we opened back up maybe the third week of June last summer. And of course, talk about, you know, you're good.
Good.
Just, you know, we're constantly, I felt like, battling a new guideline and a new something from somewhere, and so now I'm excited to get some sense of normalcy back. Obviously, there will always be COVID issues.
No doubt about that. Now, Coach said you guys were in shape. So what do those summer workouts look like? We'll start right here.
Just blanked out. So we would come in, and at first we started in the football weight room, and we would do sprints, and we did, we lifted weights and did a lot of stuff that had to do with the specific muscles that you need to have, like, on point. And then when we came in, because we got our own workout room that's finished, and we do squats, we jump on the boxes to try and get our verticals higher. It's just a lot of stuff that has to do with your legs, basically.
No doubt. Same question for you. What did it look like for you, like individually?
Yeah, what she said, we used a lot of our legs, and we would use those boxes, and we'd like stack them higher each time. And then we'd go in there, and we'd get the weights on our shoulders, and we'd squat, and
Like the same as they said, I can tell that our entire team has gotten stronger just doing that. Lifting weight, I can tell that we can jump higher. You know, our swing is more powerful. Just everything has, you know, just gotten better because we've started in the weight room and, you know, just really working on helping our bodies get into the shape it needs to be.
They basically covered it all, but you can definitely see a lot of, like, the younger girls that have gotten a lot bigger, faster, stronger, and all of that stuff, and it shows when we play.
So, Coach, you guys have your own workout room here.
We do.
Now that's got to be a
that's
benefit.
Brand new. That is brand new. We're very proud of it in our gym. We were. It was more of one of the forgotten pieces. Of course, we were handing down pieces of equipment and whatnot. I will give a shout out to Coach Smith letting us come down in the spring when he was on the field in the spring. We actually used their major facility that they have down there, which we were able to spread out and be inside of there for the month of May. And then midway through June, ours got updated, and Coach Lambert and Coach Huff and Coach Brooks and I were able to really have a huge impact in there. And our floor is micro, like anti-something and other, like it cleans itself every, you know.
Microbial.
Yes, there you go. That's
Antimicrobial.
that word. But brand new, stacks of weights, branded and catered even to female athletics, which is what we were missing. And so, like they said, we've got the boxes, we've got all the equipment that we need to get better, and starting on Thursday, that'll be the end of their practices. They'll end in the weight room every day.
All right, I'm gonna start back with Gabby. This is gonna be a cool question here. When I was talking to Mr. Lamberth about setting this interview up, he's talking about Coach and her energy level and how intense she is. Can you speak on that a little bit, Gabby?
She definitely has a lot more energy than I do. But like she'll jump around randomly and like a star. And she's a lot.
Is it intense?
Yeah.
Same question from you.
She reminds me of a cheerleader in a way, like in a good way. Like, I mean, she's always encouraging. I mean, that energy, she also like can tone it down, you know, when it's a serious time.
No doubt.
But yeah, she is a ball of energy for sure.
Love it.
Yeah, I feel like she can be very loud when she needs to be, and she's just really like hyper in a good way, and she always encourages us to do the best we can. So.
Well, she's the first to defend you if somebody makes
There
a
you
call
go.
that's dumb or doesn't make any sense. She'll be the first to call them out on that, which is good.
Coach, have you had some interactions with some referees before?
No, the referees don't even know my name. We went to a reffing clinic this weekend, and I told y'all before we began that I was not going to show my bottom because they didn't need to know me who I was before the season started. I'm also pregnant, and so we also can't have a baby on the sideline, so we got to tone it down a little bit this year.
There you go. There you go. Hey, so Coach, let's dive into this team right here. Every team specifically has its own identity. What are you expecting out of these young ladies right here? Obviously, you have a lot of respect for these young ladies that's in the room with us, but the team overall, what do you have identity for this team so far?
I think we're a growing team. You know, this is my third season, starting off my third season as head coach, and every season, you know, you have to add in those positions that you're missing, or add in that depth that we have never really had at Gadsden City. And I feel like this year we are very, very young. We only have 2 seniors on our team, and as we grow that depth, we only have 1 junior. So again, we are extremely young. So this year, I think we shall improve immensely from years past. But on the second level is looking to the future of how many building blocks they're already stacking for the future of Gadsden City. It's a good thing.
So 2 seniors and 1 junior. So you only got 3 upperclassmen in a 7A school.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
It's fun times.
Does that work on your blood pressure a little bit?
We go to the doctor every 4 weeks.
Gabby, and we'll speak on this for each one of you individually. What does it mean for Coach to bring you in here, to basically say you guys are a leader on this team individually? What does that mean to you for her to have that much confidence in you?
I mean, it feels nice. Like, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this since I started playing in 8th grade. And I am very anxious right now, but I do still feel like kind of proud of myself just because I came a long way from where I started.
No doubt.
It really means a lot for sure. Like, this has been a goal since I was in 7th grade, starting out playing volleyball. I wanted, like, my senior year, I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to lead these girls. I mean, I had no idea that we would have all these young girls, but I mean, I built relationships with all of them, and so it just means so much that she brought me in here to talk to y'all today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, what they said, it feels amazing, and it just makes you feel so good inside to for other people to think that you're a leader on the team.
Absolutely.
And it's really special because we've all worked really hard, and this is kind of like we made it. So
That's good. Now let's start right back here with you. But being a leader, that also comes with something else. That means you have to lead by example, and you're also under a microscope because you girls are going to be looked to lead you guys in the battle. Each and every time out, each match. What are some of the things you're going to do individually to lead this team and make it as best as possible?
it's important to try and be kind to people that don't really know what they're doing. I personally kind of struggle with that.
You talking about somebody younger struggling out there doing something?
Because I try and remember whenever that was me, but I just get impatient really easily. But
I understand that.
Yeah, I always want to encourage others. Like when I see other people down, like I know what it feels like to mess up 10 times in a row, and I just want to, I like to encourage them and like tell them, hey, it's okay, you're good. Because I know what it feels like when other people say that to me. It makes me feel so much better.
Absolutely.
Like the same, like just keep encouraging them, but also hold them accountable. But I also expect other people to hold me accountable too, because I'm going to make those same mistakes, and I want them to encourage me, but also I need to be held accountable for what I do.
That's right.
What I struggle most with is getting down on myself. Even though I try to encourage others, when
Makes
I'm
sense.
still down on myself, but then, you know, that's going to rub off on the whole team. If one person's down, it's like, what's that?
Shuts them all down.
That's not what I'm doing. Thank you.
Well, what you're saying makes sense, though. In other words, if one of your leaders don't have their head in the game, then the girls that's looking up to you to lead definitely not going to have their head in the game. Now, Coach, talk about that area. You guys are in a monstrous area. I mean, it's like the best in the state, period,
Literally.
1 through 7A. Talk about that area and the difficulties each and every time you guys go out for a match.
You know, Hewitt Trust School is very similar to us. They're not, I think they lost one senior last year. They had one senior, so they're building a program there. Jackie's doing an excellent job there. She lost her coaching staff as well. She had to rebuild. So we're very similar in capacity at that one. However, there's a steep divide between us and Vestavia and us in Spain Park. And they're just bigger than us. I mean, we're one of the smallest 7A schools in the whole entire state, if not the smallest 7A school in the whole entire state. It's hard to compete with teams of that caliber. We walked into the gym, I think it was the area tournament to play Spain Park. And when their setter is 6 feet tall and going to Florida, you know, it's sort of, you know, we're good to play.
That's a little different.
We're here to play, we're here to grow. But we had a coach from Birmingham actually come in and do us a camp last week, and she said something very encouraging. She said, nothing talent-wise is holding us back from competing with Spain Park. It's just that they train more. And I cannot necessarily ask all of our girls to give up their jobs where they're helping their families, or I cannot ask our girls, I'm not ever going to ask a child to give up another sport to go and train for volleyball. So we're just going to do the best what we got.
Yeah.
And we'll compete, and we'll try to compete every single year.
We actually were looking through some of those numbers that you just spoke about. And people don't realize in 7A there's such a vast difference. Hoover City School, or Hoover itself, not Hoover City School, just Hoover High School itself has like 3,900 students, where Gadsden City has 1,300
Yes,
students.
I say 13. And that was last count, right?
Right.
And so we'll count again here in a few weeks, and I guarantee you we're
That's less than half, I mean, way less than
way
half.
less than half, and we're in the same regions now.
That's right.
And so they're very comparable to Spain Park, which is their sister school, and so it's like,
That's right.
I talked with Spain Park's coach several times, Kelly, last year, and I said, you know, what do your girls do? And she was like, oh, we come in and scrimmage. I was like, we skill development? No, they have private coaches.
That's different. But let me ask each one of you girls this individually. I love the underdog role myself, and always have. Talk about that, like being like an underdog right off the bat, and how that kind of motivates you to go out and prove that we do belong to these things.
being a smaller school, I feel like when you walk in the gym, the rest of the teams are like, oh, well, they'll be easy to beat.
Mm-hmm.
And then it feels really good. Like, we just went on Saturday, and we were doing really well against, I think it was like Cedar Bluff and Hopes Bluff. I don't think they expected us to get 12 serves off of them before they finally put their stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels nice to prove that we're not just an easy win.
Those are two really good teams as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly what she says. I mean, when you walk in there and you see like Spain Park, you're like, oh no, and then you'll see them look at you, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, so they're a little bit better, so we want to prove ourselves worthy.
That's
so
right.
you go out there and you do the best that you can.
That's right.
I feel like not just in our area, like just schools around here too. Like we're always just Gadsden City. You know, Gadsden City is not good. Blah 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 blah. And I'm tired of that stereotype towards all of our sports. And I just want to prove that we're better than that. And it starts with the little schools that we play, and then it goes to the area. And with the area, I mean, those girls play all year round. We have a few girls who play all year round, but most of us play other sports or, just don't have time to play all year round. And I mean, it feels good when you get like an ace off one of them or a kill, but I want to prove that Gadsden City is not the stereotypical Gadsden City that everybody sees it as.
That's right.
Now to add on to what Becca said, we had went to a 2-day team camp a while back, and we, at the last day of the camp, we were scrimmaging just all of the teams, and like when you would lose, you'd go down to court, when you win, you'd go up, but we were on court 3, and we played Addison 3 times, and we beat them all 3 times, and you can see the difference in their demeanor every time they came and played, because the first time they were snickery, like it was going to be an easy win, and by the 3rd time, they were all miserable, and they were livid.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Coach, you didn't throw any clipboards or anything that day? Or?
We won't discuss that.
I seen you was a little fired up when you was playing at Southside that day. That was pretty fun to watch.
Yes. We definitely played better. I think we can go this weekend than we did at Southside.
That's awesome. Now, Coach, overall, between now and when this season starts, what is your number one thing that you have to get done to have these ladies ready to go?
We've got to find a rotation that works. It's going to win us some points. Bigger systems, I'm sure, you've got your position players. Our girls have to play multiple positions. They just have to. We just don't have the depth in the chart to do that. That is my goal going into this week. We'll be in the gym today. We'll be in the gym a couple more afternoons later on this week. And my goal by next week is to have that rotation set so we can figure out what best serves. We just got to find a rotation that works.
Okay. Now, young ladies, I'm going to ask you this question. What's it been like playing for Coach since you've been around her and she's been a mentor in your life, and what has she meant to you individually?
At this point, she's like family. I've been here since I could try out, and most people, I feel like they get excited for games or they get excited for tournaments, but like I get excited for practice. There was a party on Friday and we had practice that day, and I was more excited to go to practice than I was to go to the party.
That's awesome.
So
I feel that she's my number one cheerleader, like all the time. Like whenever I go out on the volleyball course, I always look over and she's like, "You got this. It's okay. You got it." And I'm just like, whenever I get off, she's always like, "Hey, great job, good job." And I just know she's literally my number one cheerleader.
I like to call myself one of her original girls because when she first got to Gadsden City, I was a freshman, so she's seen me grow from freshman to a senior. And I feel like every year, me and her and the other players get closer to her and closer to her. And like, not only are we close to her as a coach, just close to her as a person. Like, she's always somebody that I can come to and talk to about anything. Like, if I have family issues, anything. She's just a great person all around, and I'm proud to call her my coach.
And she's very much like the aunt that, like your favorite aunt.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And like I can like personally name several times where I was just like having a bad day and I called Coach Paige and sat and cried on the phone with her.
Oh yeah.
Because I was so stressed about nothing at all.
It happens. Hearing those things, Coach, how does that make you feel?
I love them.
That's good.
They're sweet things.
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to say good luck to you young ladies. We appreciate you taking time out of your practice. And as she said, she loves to practice. So. And that's a special, Coach, because most people can't stand practice. But good luck to you ladies moving forward this season, and I appreciate you taking time out with us today.
Thank you.